Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Guru Krishna Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopesha Gopikananta Radha Namaste Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhasute Devi Pranamami Hari Nilachalnivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadranam Jagannathaya Te Namah Jagannatha Balabhadra Subhadra Chakrarupine Darbrahma Sarupavayam Chaturdhamurtaye Namah Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Made Korandhu Matsange, Matguru Mahadana, Manistaraka Madbhagya, Madananda Namastute, Asadu Sadhutadai, Adini Chachatalaka, Ananchakadachimam, Premnarikanchaya Spura. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So welcome everybody to the instructions of Lord Kapila. So today we continue from text number 23. But before we start, so we had some questions last night. I was thinking because we are rushing for the Prashadam and go to home, so we will take the questions. I said today first we'll deal with the questions, then we will continue the registration.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. That was very nice. Prabhu, yesterday when we were talking about Sadhu Bhushan, you also mentioned about Vishnu. So we have to say that it also means giving respect regarding other sadhus as ornaments and being protective about other sadhus. So first of all, how do we recognize these sadhus and how do we regard them as ornaments? So can you kindly elaborate?
First of all, the qualities have been described now. Tiksavo Kalam Suvida Sarvadena Malala Sattva Santa Sadhu Sadhu Krishna. So that is one way. And also Sri Goswami states in Nectar of Instruction, Bhatsavedam Manasako Vedam Yuha Vedam Dharvastha Vedam Edan Vedan Vishnu. There also these qualities are, you can say, the qualities of Krishna. And then in terms of, okay, so we have to see who has these qualities in them. So certain qualities are, we can see externally, like this one, is particularly this Vasudevan, okay? These are all external qualities of the sadhu. And here when he speaks about Karmika, Surya Sarvadena, ethics are tolerance, also sometimes, many times you can see it is manifest externally. Whether he is tolerant to the different situations he is coming across in his dealings, in his behavior, in his talk. So, also certain things you cannot understand how he is adjusting his mind to the different situations to kind of control his angers. And when you mix with them, then you come to know. Sometimes to see somebody from a distant place looks like very attractive. But when you come closer to them, you mix with them, to hear them, then many times you understand, oh, it's like this. But again, there are certain things also you need to understand, like Gangan Vasana Prabhu Vidatena Bankai Kanam Vidatana Nila Dharma. That one, in that verse, Sri Goswami explains, just like Ganges water seems like contaminated during rainy season, because you see the water is muddy, there is budbuda, but nevertheless, the purity of Ganges water is never lost. Similarly, apparently speaking, there might be momentarily some sadhus, may be angry, maybe they manifest some worldly qualities, but it doesn't contaminate them. So this is a tricky thing. Unless you come in contact with them, you associate with them, you try to understand them, you will not be able to know. So mostly in few things we can say a sadhu is one who will manifest all these qualities if he knows there is no difference between Krishna and his holy name. He knows conclusion of scripture very well. He practices what he preaches. She is respectful. So these are the things you can see that in broad category he is sadhu. But again, according to Sri Goswami, he says, Krishna is Yasya Kirtan Manasabdi Tadishasti Chitpranati Vicha Vedanta Visam Susur Shayabdana Vinyamanani Manna Nindadi Sunni Vidamam Shritam Nindadi Sunni Vidamam Shritam. Here he is making very categorically very assertive statement that his heart is completely free from blasphemy propensity. So, in totality, we can say we have to associate with them and then understand where they stand. And when they speak also, we can see their level of realization, how they are affecting me in my personal consciousness. If I am neutral. So there are different ways we have to understand who is sadhu and then accordingly we should associate with them. Make sense?
Yes. And the second part, how do we respect them as ornaments. You said we have to be protective of them. So how do we understand that?
Protective means we have to allow them, we should not interfere with their personal sadhana practice. Sometimes we become too sentimental and we don't give them space. So they need sometimes space also. They are there to serve the society, they are there to help the people, but not at the cost of their own sadhana practice. And if they are doing something, we should allow them. In terms of not interfering, not disturbing them when they are in their sadhana. I always try to take my part, my share from them. That is not good. And whatever is necessary, we should confront that. They also need some body necessities they have. They need some medicine. They are, traveling. They have, they have some clothes. All these things sometimes, you can. And when you come near such kind of devotees, then what you should do is, you should try to listen to them very carefully. Because that is how you can be protective of yourself. And when you are protecting yourself, they are also protected. Okay? Anyone else? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Actually, yesterday I asked this a very basic question. First of all, I'm sorry if I'm hurting anybody. Just when I started, I'm quite new devotee. When I started, so one of my friends, I just told her I'm going to ISKCON. Then he said, oh, the one thing which I don't like over there is that very soon they will tell you that only Krishna is everything. Okay? So whereas other deity, I don't know who is great, Shiva, I don't know their person is or I cannot compare. So I think she's a devotee of Shiva or somebody. So she was telling that part I don't like it. So when I came to the class, I got the answer that day that they don't say that okay, Krishna is everything, but I think yesterday you said that yeah, Krishna is everything. But I think when I think that Mataji told me that day that okay, you have to treat everybody equally with respect. And then I was searching for this answer, then I got it. Okay, so Brahmaji came from the level of the Krishna, and that's why Krishna is great. So I'm not, so great, so I can compare. So I don't know. So I cannot answer that question, and I don't know that. So that's why I asked you. Thank you.
Yes, today also I am going to speak about Krishna. only Krishna. So when we say only Krishna, it does not mean we are disrespectful to others. In a question, you quoted your friend saying that we need to be respectful to, you should be equally respectful to all. Right? Now I will give you a material example. Daughter is getting married. When she goes to her in-law's house, mother is telling the daughter, my dear daughter, now you are going to your in-law's house. We should treat everybody equally. Right? Mother said it. When mother said it, does it mean that she said that the way you treat your husband, you also treat your brother-in-law, your father-in-law, like that? Certain restrictions are also there, right? But it does not disqualify her to treat them equally. What does it mean when she says that you treat everybody equally? Then I give a particular example. She is not going to behave equally with all members of the family as she will deal with her husband. Right? She may have her private discussion with her husband. The discussion, private discussion may not be held with some other members of the family. Does it mean that she is not equally treating everybody? She is still treating everybody equally. How? Whatever respect they deserve, she is That is the meaning of respecting equally. You understand what is the position of Lord Shiva. You understand what is the position of different demigods. You understand what is the position of Lord Brahma in relation to Krishna. Then you treat them equally. It's not that we don't, have Lord Ramchandra's murti in our temple. That means we don't respect Lord Ramchandra. Because whenever you come, we are speaking about Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Oh, these people that don't respect Balaji. Does it mean like that? No. It is not the way to understand the philosophy. Like we understand their position. For example, in Brahma Samhita, Krishna says, Brahma says, Ramani Murti Sukala Niyamena Tistam Nana Vadara Makuru Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samavara Bhagavan. In Bhagavatam, 80 Chamsakala Krishna Bhagavan Swayam. You see, these things you will understand because you are asking a question which is a very deep, which can be understood by a deep analysis of scriptures. That's why I am quoting these verses. So that you understand that we are speaking something which holds a lot of sense. So Brahma is saying, Ramani Murti Sukala Niyamena Nana Avatar Makarot. Actually, it's Krishna who is appearing in different incarnations. The Rama and other than actually is in incarnations. He actually in form of Rama is coming. That is another way to see him. What are those? Or you can say is, as I said, in another verse, it is Sakala, so Krishna to Bhagavan. While counting the number of incarnations, listen to Goswami, is first giving the count of Narada, Kapila, all these incarnations. And then at the end, he is saying, but Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God, who is source of all these incarnations and his devotees, Kala. Okay? So, like yesterday, I didn't say this much, but since you're asking me, even Lord, in Veda, it says, He also comes in form of the living entity. Doesn't that mean that we have become Mayavadi, now we have become God? No. But then there is a difference between the living entity and Krishna, who is the source of all the living entities. How they are equal? Because he is part of Krishna and qualitatively he has some quality which is equal, but at the same time he is not the controller of Prakriti, Maya. Krishna is the controller of Maya and we are bound by Maya. There is a difference here. So similarly, these incarnations are coming from Krishna. Even including his living entity also in one form, even if he is there in form of living entity, but there is a difference. Similarly, we understand these different incarnations, they are coming at different times to serve a particular purpose. Just like we give an example, if you want to lit up 100 square foot room, you may lit 200 watt or 500 watt bulb. Then it will be well lighted. In the same way, if you want to lit a 200 square feet room, 200 watt of bulb is not enough. Right? At that time, you need to increase the wattage of the bulb. Similarly, the Krishna is always there whenever a particular time arises to serve, to give him, to accomplish that particular activity. For example, when the need jnana, he is coming as an incarnation of jnana. Marjana Purushottam he is coming because that time he wanted to instruct people how to be more cultured in their life. Okay? When it was necessary to establish dharma, So he is also coming to establish dharma. When he wants to protect his devotee, coming in form of Nrsimha to protect his devotee. That time that is urgent, that is needed. So he is coming to perform that activity. So we understand them. Then we relate to them accordingly. Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is a very complicated tattva, but just in one very precisely try to understand, Lord Shiva is like a chaste wife. Lord's relationship with Krishna is like the relationship of a chaste wife she has towards her husband. That means, maybe before her marriage, her father had given a very big property to her. Now after she has, married, she is going to sell the property. Do you think she is going to do on her own? If she says, she will definitely consult with her husband. She never considers that, oh, this is, my father has given me, I can, whatever I want. She doesn't do it like that actually. Right? Similarly, even the Lord Shiva is very powerful. Very powerful. He has got a lot of, benedictions to give to the living entities. Even he is giving protection to all these Buddhas, ghosts and spirits. He is so merciful. He has got so much of good qualities in him because he is talking about Vaishnava. But he is always abiding the orders of Krishna, just like a just wife. He never does, he said, Mukti Pradata Sarvesam Vishnu Deva Samsaya. People who worship Lord Shiva, they feel liberation is given by Lord Shiva. But Lord Shiva is saying, not me. Vishnu, Krishna, he is actually giving our liberation. I don't need you. So in that way, we understand and we respect what Shiva is talking about Vaishnava. He is talking about devotee Lord. So, we understand their position, we respect them accordingly. But at the same time, Krishna being the source of all incarnations, we worship him as the supreme personality of God. And Krishna has some unique characteristics by which he takes care of his devotees. We should be able to discuss also today. Did you get some understanding? Okay.
You have a question? Yesterday, I just got it from my phone. Prabhu, you were mentioning about Ajahn Shatru. Very interestingly, I've never heard this point of having Kama and Loba also. So can you just give us a little more thoughts? Initially, we were thinking like when you like Prahlad Maharaj or Yudhishthira Maharaj, or when the limits itself is not born. So how do we see this from Krishna?
What do you say?
I just want to get some insight on, you mentioned Ajahn Shatru,
Yes.
in that context, you mentioned about Loba and
What did I say? What did I say? Just say.
The enemy of Kama and Loba.
The devotee is the enemy of Kama and Loba. He is Ajatasattu. Means Kama and Loba, lust and avarice are the enemies of the sadhus. Right? That means for such a sadhu, they have not taken birth. They are not born for this person. That is the understanding. Means they cannot do anything to you. There is one way to understand that he is actually enemy to them. Means they are actually not born before them. Satru is not Jata, Ajata. Whose enemy is not born is called Ajata Satru. That means if you say he is enemy to this lust and avarice law, that means he can keep them He can keep them under control. Then I have no problem. They cannot disturb him. He is opposite. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, this is not just like what do you say? People do program here, so much formalities are maintained. This is not a formality in a class. We are doing for our own clarifications, understandings. Because we can at any time take questions, we can discuss, whatever, right? I feel more comfortable with this because we are here to understand this subject very clearly. Now that we come, just listen and forget. So yes, yesterday we were discussing about Adhyatmika Yoga. And then to practice this Adhyatmika Yoga, we need to associate with a devotee. That was the instruction of Lord Kapila. Then general question arises. So if we have to associate with a devotee, we need to understand what are his characteristics. So in that context, we discussed the class Adata Sattva Santa Saru Saru. And then we are discussing how it is very difficult to give our attachment to this world in form of wife, home, children, relatives, our riches. But one who has become successful in relinquishing their attachment to the world. Some noise is coming, right? Outside. So if he is able to successfully give up attachment to this world, at the same time he is engaged in Krishna's service without any expectations, then Krishna says, how can I give up such devotee at any time? Means I cannot give up. And for such a devotee, we were discussing that he has become successful in giving up his attachment to this world, means he is totally free from the concept of I-ness and mine-ness. So, for such a devotee, Lord Kapila, he continues further, text number 23. Madasvaya katha vishta samvanti kathayanti cha tapanti vividhastapa taimaitam marga tacedasa. And we should read this one verse at least. Verse. Madasvaya, about me, katha, stories, mrishta, delightful, sunvanti, they hear, kathayanti, they chant, and cha, and tapanti, inflict, suffering, vividha, various, tapa, the material miseries, no, do not, etan, unto them, madgata, fixed on me, cedasa, their thoughts. So, engaged constantly in chanting and hearing about me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The sadhus do not suffer from material miseries because they are always filled with thoughts of my pastimes and activities. So that means when they are constantly engaged in chanting and hearing about Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the sadhus can very easily mitigate their material sufferings. Because when they are engaged in discussing about Krishna's pastimes, they are attentive about hearing his names, That very process brings them to a platform where they don't feel any afflictions of the material miseries, because they are always filled with thoughts of the Lord's pastimes and activities. There are multifarious miseries in material existence for persons. These pertaining to the body, the mind, those imposed by other living entities, and those imposed by natural disturbances. But a sadhu is not disturbed by such miserable conditions because his mind is always filled with Krishna consciousness. And thus, he does not like to talk about anything but the activities of the Lord. So that is his only business. Means he has taken complete refuge in him, in Krishna. Therefore, they always spend time in listening to the sweet pastimes or narrate about his stories for others. So in this way, they keep their mind fixed in Krishna, and that's how they become free from the troubles of Adhyatmika, Adhyatmika and Adhyatmika pressure. So then he continues, the Lord asks his mother to seek association of devotees who are free from all attachments, because they remove the evil of attachments to worldly objects. That means, why Kapila Devi is asking his mother that you should associate with the devotees who are free from these worldly attachments. In the beginning, yesterday we heard Mother Devavati, she was lamenting that I have wasted my time in catering to the needs of these wild senses for many, many years. So now how can I become free from these evil attachments? So therefore, the sadhus who are free from the attachment in this world have the capacity to remove evil attachments for one who associates with them. That is what has been explained in text number 24. Tate sadhava sadhi sarva sangha vivarjita sambhate shvatate prakya sambhadosha harayite. O pious lady, he is speaking to his mother, Sadhvi. There are the saints who have disassociated themselves, sarva sangha vivarjita. They are not attached, therefore they have disassociated themselves from all attachments. Means all attachment to this world, to these worldly objects. Sambhate svahate partha. Because they are free from the attraction to this world, therefore you should seek their association. Why? Sambhadosha harayite. By associating with them, or because they are capable of removing the evil attachment to these worldly objects. Sarva sangha vivarjita. Sarva sangha vivarjita here means mostly devoid of the four goals of life. Means in this world, if you go to see some other people who are following some sort of religious practice, either you can see they are very much inclined to strengthen their finance, they are very much into the mood of securing the finance in this world, okay? And they perform some kind of religious activity because this is how you feel like you are a gentleman, you associate with a good class of people, so they want to practice some sort of religious activities also. And at the same time, you can find whenever there is opportunity available, they are ready to gratify their senses also. Because they have money, they are very well recognized in the society, because they are also attached to some religious movement. So, and there are some others who are jnanis, they desire moksha. So this dharma, artha, kama, moksha. But Sarvasanga Vivardita means you should associate with those people who are not attached to dharma, artha, kama or moksha. Here, very hard to find somebody who is interested in moksha actually. So you are not getting their association at all. There is no problem about that. But artha and kama, dharma also very there. Artha and kama, right? Artha lower and kama lower. The covetousness for bringing stability to our finance and gratifying the senses are very strong. So when we come across such people, we need to learn how to disassociate ourselves from them. That means sometimes as a devotee, you need to be very tactful in your dealings. Sometimes what happens, you are working in a company and you have to associate with them. You cannot avoid them. But you know why you are going there, because you have to earn money. If you don't go there, at the end of the month you will not get your salary. So that is your goal. With salary you are going to serve Krishna, you are going to protect your Krishna consciousness. That is why you are going. Not at the cost of, sacrificing your spiritual practices. So some intelligence has to be applied in that situation. So now, when we say you should associate with the sadhus, so they are free from the attachment to this world, they can also remove such evil attachments. So, what actually I am going to get from him? Okay, first you said what I will not get from him, or how he will help me to become free from this material attachment. But is it something I am going to get from him or not? Yes. From the association with such devotees, the sequential development of prema can be realized. So that is being discussed in text number 25. Satam prasangan amavirya samvido bhavan kirikkarna rasayana katha tajjo sanada svabhargavatmani shraddha bhaktirano pramishyati. In the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. By listening to them, there will soon develop intense faith, love for and devotion to Hari Krishna, which is the path that leads to liberation. So that means you can attain prema through association with such devotees. Satam prasanga. The verse begins with Satam prasanga. So Nimi Maharaj, he says to Navajugandra, he says, although I am drinking the nectar of your statements about the glories of the personality of Godhead. There is a famous pastime in Srimad Bhagavatam which describes when Navajugandra, 9 sons of Vishwadev, they went to meet with Nimi Maharaj. They had discussions, and when they at this Navajugandra, they are speaking about the pastimes of the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And upon hearing the Navajugandras, who are this category of sadhu, okay? And what happened to him? He said, Nam Tripti Jusam, Jusmat Bacha Harikathamritam. Jusmat Bacha Harikathamritam. You all have been describing about the glorious pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is Amrita, nectar, nectarian narrations, Nam Tripti Jusam. Even though I am hearing this, I am listening to you, still I am not satisfied. Means this hankering for drinking this nectar is getting more and more. Such nectarian descriptions of the Lord and His devotees are actual medicine for conditioned souls like me. Saying samsara tapa nistapto martyasta tapo vesajan. Vesajan means medicine. So, these nectarian narrations about the glories of the pastimes of the Supreme Lord, they act like a medicine for the suffering living entities of this world. Like yesterday I was saying, every company should adopt this process, that they should assign at least 1 hour. What they are thinking? See, this is the sign of law, greed. The company chairman or company CEO, he is thinking how I should strategize my plan so that my worker, they should work for sometimes, I have to give him more salary and I cannot, make them work for 1 hour extra, and in that way I can achieve so much result, so much success for my company. This is totally misleading intentions. He is misleading himself, he is misleading others. Try to understand this. If these people, they apply their brain, their intelligence properly, okay, instead of people working for 10 hours, we will reduce it to 8 hours or 9 hours. 1 hour we will keep them for coming together to spend time in the office about discussing about Krishna consciousness. If there are some people who find that they don't want to join this company, let them not come. Those people who will join your company, I am telling you, they will become more productive. This is a fact. You try and test it, I am telling you. Because when people become more satisfied, happy and peaceful, their situation, their stability is being strong, they can achieve more result in a short time span. But this principle is not understood by many people. You need to see what is actually bringing more productivity in the company. So here, this is what our company is. Why Prabhupada is giving so much importance to every day you start your day with Mangalarti, every day you must study Bhagavatam. This is our company. Because when you are grounded, then you are more stable and you have the capacity to achieve more. Therefore, many times you have seen devotees can achieve more than a materialist, even though for both of them there is only 24 hours a day available. Right? How? This is the key. Fine. So, therefore, this is a Vesada. Vesada means medicine. Medicine is given to who? To a diseased person, right? So in this world, everybody is diseased. What? As I said, your company CEO is thinking, I need to increase from this year to next year, double the profit. If this is 1 crore turnover, next year I will have 2 crore turnover. Now what I have to do? Let's see. So this is a disease actually, and people don't see this is a disease. This man is already diseased. He needs medicine. First of all, he should cure his medicine disease, not be able to serve properly. And people don't understand all these things. But we know this. So that is why samsara tapo nistapto. Those who are afflicted by the fire of conditional life, martyr, they are samsari. Means they are in this material world. Tat tapo visajam. They are the fire of material life, which is always producing, which is always making them face different kind of troubles. That is the disease. So the medicine for such disease is Nectarian Harikatha. Sangha Prartha Iti Purvakte. like in the previous verse, if you see text number 24, Sangasveva te prarthya, second line. In text number 24, if you go to the second line of the verse, it says, Sangas te swahate prarthya. Association of the devotees who are totally detached from this material world should be sought. Must be taken, the association of such kind of people. So, therefore, is saying that Sangha Prartha Iti Purvakte. In the previous verse, it had been described who we should take association from. So, that means Prathama Shraddha. That means faith is the first component. Just by coming to the program, you hear, oh, if I want to become an annular devotee of Krishna, then I need to have association of such type of devotee. Automatically that faith is generated, that's Shraddha. Right? Oh, now I need to see who I should associate with. Like CRA question. See, already faith is generated. You understand? So, that is the first component. Okay. Then, tata satam pratishthat sangha mama katha bhavanti vidkarma saya bhavanti, you can say. That means when we come to the association of such excellent sadhu, or the excellent association of the devotees, the stories and pastimes of the Supreme Lord become nectar for the ears. You want to hear more. Nectar for the ear means it's so tasteful. You can give up. You want to hear more. Okay? Ado prakishta sangha bhajana kriya matra natu katha. Sorry, ado aprakishta sangha means there are inferior associations also available. Where you go, but how can you define inferior association? See, in this center also sometimes you can create inferior association. Can you give an example how you can create inferior association?
By discussing topics other than Prajalpa.
Prajalpa. Where you do Prajalpa? Prasadam time. See, aprakrishta sangha. That is aprakrishta sangha. That is not excellent association. See, we have this nice center. We come here. We hear Harikatha nicely. We take part in Kirtan. And also, there are some devotees. They have spent so much time, hours together to prepare Bhoga for Krishna, and Pujari took the trouble to offer to the deities. Now it is ready for us to release this nectar that Krishna is tasted. And now once we start honoring prasadam, we have not understood the value what actually this prasadam meant to us. We start discussing all sorts of things, then focusing on honoring Mahaprasadam, coming further to Krishna. We don't take that advantage. That is aprakrishta sangha. Even though while honoring prasadam, you can also have prakrishta sangha. See, the Bhagavatam is not meant to just hear and oh, so nice, so nice. You try to understand when you are having this aprakrishta sangha. You come to Katha, you just, okay, then, I am trying to sell my property. Can you find, maybe you are looking for something, right? Oh, there is Katha going on, yes. My Katha is also going on. That is aprakrishta sangha. There, not to Harikatha. That time, he is not having prakrishta sangha, therefore that Harikatha is not going to become nectarian to them. Or in other words, we can say, because he has not understood the importance of Krishna Prasadam, that Krishna Prasadam is not able to see Krishna in it. Yeah, hear to some Krishna conscious, Hare Krishna Mahananda tunes, or some songs, Vaishnava songs, Prabhupada's lecture. Everybody should know that they are servers, they need to serve, they are standing there, those who need, they go there. Without saying anything, they know, they will serve, you come back, sit and eat. No. So much of, talk. Everybody is talking there. Except prasadam, everything is displayed there. What happened? You are coming just once in a week for a few hours. That much time you cannot understand how to make Krishna sadhu sangha. Okay? So that was saying, but in previous association, that's only bhajana kriya. You are coming doing some bhajana, but that association, that katha does not become nectar. Tata prakrishta sangha anartha nivartika katha bhavanti. When you have this excellent association, that means you come with a defined consciousness mind that I am not going to entertain any other thing. Then what happens? You are associated, in the association of the devotees, you are listening to the kirtan, participating in kirtan, listening to katha, honoring Mahaprasadam. What happens? That becomes anartha nivartika bhavanti. That katha, that association will become, will free you from anarthas, unwanted things, which are troublesome for Krishna consciousness. Then what happens? Tata ta eva katha nishtha utpadayantyo mama virjasya mad mahatmasya sat sambit samyak vedanam. That means when we have this kind of an excellent association, then those katha gives rise to nishtha. When the stories become directly realized, the realization will come. Sambit, that's what he's saying, Vishwanath is saying, man mahatmya sambit, samyak vedanam. That means, for example, you come, the devotee is speaking about Krishna's quality. What is one of his qualities? How he is very merciful to the fallen souls. Patita Uddharan quality, for example. The quality of rescuing the fallen souls from the clutches of this material existence. You hear this, oh, Krishna is so nice, so merciful. That is the meaning of Samyak Vedanam. Then their kind of understanding is gradually going to build up Nishtha, Ekagrata, attentiveness to Krishna. Jata, from there what happens? Tatha Bhuta Bhavanti. Because this Katha has brought it to the point of Nishtha, Tato Ruchi. After that, taste is awakened. When taste is awakened, what is the symptom? When you have awakened the taste for a particular object, you are always searching for it. Whenever you find time. So now, this is the point that now, through this Prakrishta Sadhu Sangha, Anartha Nivritti is done now, Nishtha is already attained. You continue hearing in the association of such angry persons, then what happens? Ruchi. Now taste. And Tata Ruchi Utpadayantyo Ditkarna Rasayana Bhavanti. At that time, that Katha will become nectar for your ear when you have attained the Ruchi. Therefore, many times we hear but we don't see it is pleasing to my ear and heart. After that, what happens? Tata tasam kathanam joshana pritya aswadana. That means now you have come to the platform of ruchi taste. Ruchi means whenever you hear, you want to hear more. you have to spend more time. You hear one music, oh, you want to hear again and again. You want to kind of understand the meaning of that verse again and again. Then what happens? He's saying, Tata tasam prathanam vidya ashwadana. By affectionate hearing or listening such kind of katha, what happens? Apavarga vartmani eva jasya tasmin bhagavati sadhya asakti gati bhavavati prema anupramishyati anupramana vaishyati. So at that time, when through the affectionate hearing and listening those topics, attachment to the Supreme Lord Bhagavan, who is Apavarga Vartma, who is Apavarga Vartma, who destroys material existence. That asakti attachment is developed for him. This leads sequentially to bhava, then prema. So everything is starting from prakrishta rupena sadhana. So if you are in the excellent association of the saintly people, gradually this harikatha is starting from shraddha up to prema. So the Lord says, the bhakti explained by me now will be preached in the world following this sequence. He is speaking to his mother. I didn't read the Sanskrit, I am just telling you the translation. He is talking to his mother. My dear mother, the bhakti which just I explained to you, from now on, it will be preached in the world following this sequence. Means Shraddha, Sadhusanga, Bhajanam, Jnana, all these things will be discussed. So then, next, that's number 26. Bhaktya pumanjat viraga indriya drishta sutanmadaratanam chintaya chittasya jatto grahane yoga Jati Bhaktya Pumanjat Virat Indriya. Bhaktya, due to devotion generated by contemplation of the pastimes of the Lord. So here, sometimes when you say pastimes of the Lord, people they immediately think, oh, their pastimes which are explained in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, that is the pastime of the Lord. No, again, the pastimes of the Lord also can be seen in terms of creation, maintenance and destruction of this universe. That is also the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. Right? You just see, isn't it such a beautiful pastime? We are living in such a wonderful country, so many beautiful scenery, right? So many trees, fruits, flowers, and everything is so good, right? Where is coming from? That's coming from Him. That is His pastime actually. He's making all these beautiful arrangements for you. Everybody nowadays they are seeking to go to a place which is filled with natural beauty, right? Why don't you see that His Krishna's hand is there? No, they don't want to see it. So this is a pastime. This is pastime is very pleasing, right? Very attractive. So if material beauty is so much attractive to you, how can you see? This is also a pastime for the Lord. So, due to devotion generated by contemplation on the pastimes of the Lord. If somebody understands, he sees Krishna for his material beauty, that means he is advancing in bhakti. A man gets disgusted with the pleasures of senses. Drishtam sutanmat rachanam chintaya chittasya datto grahane yuvalita. So that means when he is hearing these pastimes, here, see, why did I say these pastimes, creation, maintenance and destruction of the universe is the pastime of the Lord? You see the word Mad Rachana Anuchitaya. Rachana means creation. Right? रचना रचना कहते हैं ना, हिंदी में भी कहते हैं आपने कितना सुंदर ये रच दिया बताते हैं हिंदी में. That's why sometimes it's very easy to understand, express things in Hindi also. Now, translate in English, sometimes people, they miss the essence. मत रचना, भगवान ने ये रचना किया है, सृष्टि का रचना किया, रच दिया भगवान, है ना? Sir, मत रचना अनुचित. If somebody is thinking about this pastime of the Lord, then what happens? It gets disgusted with the pleasure of the senses and to the object of his sense. Objects seen in this world. Drishta Sudha. See? Drishta Sudha. Sometimes in the association of this worldly people, we hear something, then automatically our senses become agitated to get those kind of objects. So this, you can say, in scripture, in different religious book, there is description about heavenly pleasure, right? But when he is contemplating on the pastime of the Lord, he automatically loses attraction for what he is seeing in this world as the means of sense enjoyment, or what he has heard in the scripture describing about the other world. He will automatically lose the taste. This is Shuddhatma Dharma Rachana. Rachana Anuchintaya. Anuchintaya means again and again, whenever he is getting the opportunity, he is trying to see Krishna. Therefore, he says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Savarjangamadekhe Nadekhitarmurti Sarvatra Havai Nijavistadeva Stuti. He sees moving and non-moving entities in this world, but through these moving and non-moving entities, he is able to see the Ishtasha. Madrasnam Chintaya. When the day will come that we will be able to see Krishna in every aspect of his creation. And by practicing yoga. So this is yoga. People feel that by paying some money and visiting a yoga society, sitting there for 1 hour, now I am doing yoga. You come to our society, we will tell you 24 hours a day, you can be a yogi. We will teach you how to become a perfect yogi. Because for yoga practice, you don't require to go to a yoga center. And how long can you stay in the yoga center? That's just an artificial way of trying to fix the consciousness. That is not going to help. Because as soon as you come out of the yoga school, you are seeing so many things. How are you going to adjust? You cannot adjust. It is impractical way. The practical way is now we have learned the art of seeing everything in relation to Krishna. That is perfect yoga. You are able to add yourself to Krishna. This is saying, yoga yukta. He tries to control his mind by easy and straight course of bhakti. So in this way, when he is able to see this manifest world in terms of Krishna's pastime, he is connecting everything with Krishna, he doesn't see anything in the object of his self-realization. Automatically, he attains control over the senses. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur is saying, Mad Rachananam, Mad Leelana Anuchintaya, Yoga San, Chittasya Grahane, So Vasikare, Nijata, Jatmavan Api, Mad Pravartishan, Mani, Jatishyate. Actually, Kapila is going to speak more about this, how to keep mind fixed in him, control the mind without being disturbed by what we see and what we hear. So, what he is going to speak, if somebody follow that, then he is absorbed in the yoga practice, again and again contemplation on the pastime of the Lord, and then what will happen? He will become become successful in controlling the mind. So, text number 27. Asrivayayam prakritir gunanam jnanena vairagya vijinditena yogena mayyarpitaya ca bhaktya mam tatyalatmanam ihavrunde. Asrivayayam. Asrivaya means, all means in Sanskrit, all means in negation sense, right? In the sense of negation, all is used. All sevaya means no sevaya, means not engaging the senses in the service of the sense objects. Means by not enjoying the modes of prakriti. That means here prakriti means this body or the senses. When he is not bringing the senses in contact with the sense objects, prakriti gunana jnanena vairagya vijinditena. How he is able to succeed in the direction that he is not engaging the prakriti in the gunas? He is saying by his knowledge reinforced by vairagya. That means he hears, he understands, he gets the knowledge, and he automatically becoming detached. Then as he becomes detached, his knowledge also becomes intensified. So knowledge is being reinforced by vairagya. Then what happens? Yogena mayar pitaya ca bhaktya. And by yoga, just like we are discussing about the yoga practice, okay, that yoga keep in mind. And devotion concentrated on me. That means you are going and walking, you see such a beautiful flower, you say, oh, maybe I can take it for Krishna. Right? So that is devotion. So what is happening? Ma pratyagatmanam ihavrunde. He attends me, means Kapila is saying him, Krishna, the absolute truth. Sridhar Swami says, Tadevam prakriti gunanam asevaya jnanadibhischa ayam jiva ihaiva dehe mameva padute prapnoti. Thus, by not engaging in the service of the moods of material nature, that means, here he says, jnanadi is ayam jiva ihaiva dehe mam prapnoti. You will attain while he is living in this body. What is that jnana? That knowledge. That knowledge will help one to attain the Lord. Try to understand this. Means by not enjoying articles such as food, drinks, etc., prohibited by Shastra. So whatever Shastra recommends that you cannot eat, for example, you cannot eat food cooked by curd. You are not allowed to take it. If you are eating food which is cooked by curd, means it will contaminate your consciousness. So you go out, you don't search for a vegetarian restaurant. Even when devotee is eating it, he is not cooking. I'm sorry. Very difficult, right? The devotee is running it, devotee is running, but who are cooking? All are initiated. You are an initiated devotee. How can you do that? Because we are lazy. We don't want to cook. That's why we go find, okay, vegetarian restaurant we can eat. No, he is saying, you see what he is saying. He is saying, he doesn't enjoy such kind of drinks and foods or articles which are polluted in the Shastra and polluted by the outcasts. Wow. That means this emphasizes proper discrimination in enjoyment. We are not saying that you don't enjoy. We are not saying you don't eat good prasadam. Okay, you go, this is such a wonderful place, you go to supermarket, you buy any kind of vegetables, you burn and cook at home nicely, offer to Krishna, then you honor it. That's also a type of enjoyment you are taking it in Krishna consciousness. You should enjoy it. Why you go to a restaurant where you don't know who are these people, maybe he's born in a very Muslim family, now he is here, to tie a coat and cooking in the restaurant, and you are going there to eat. What is this? No. The food is touched by untouchables who are not supposed to eat there. That kind of wisdom, that knowledge is there. With that knowledge, when he is practicing bhakti, the association with devotee, automatically what is happening? In this body, he will attain Krishna, Kapila said. While he is in this body. Huh? That means, as I said, this emphasizes the proper discrimination in enjoyment. We need to discriminate. And by his knowledge, reinforced by renunciation, the jiva, living entity, attains Krishna by living in the sadhaka body. This is our sadhaka. This body is sadhaka body. You understand sadhaka body? Huh? The body which is used to serve Krishna. That is sadhaka body. Amen. Now the devotee is becoming more particular. She is asking another question. She is saying, what type of devotion is proper for you? Now you tell that in bhakti you are telling, in the association of devotee, I have practiced that bhakti. What kind of bhakti I should practice which will help me to attain you? I want to attain you. Now you tell, okay, you told me that I should associate with the sadhu to perform devotional service, bhakti. Okay? And then you said, what kind of devotee, what are the characteristics of the devotees? I have heard what I should do. Now you tell me, in the association of the devotees, that bhakti I am going to practice, what type of bhakti is that which befits you, that I can attain you by practicing that bhakti? Is this such an interesting question? Do you want to know about what type of bhakti? Huh? Now you can. And all is saying, what description is it? Please give me some more description. Mother Devotee is saying, I am a woman, and how may I quickly and easily attain the service of your lotus feet? Please instruct me. Means she is expressing her helpless condition. So, she is saying, asking this question, in text number 29, she said, Yo yoga bhagavat vana. Vana means arrow, right? Yoga bhagavat vana nirvanatmans toyodita kridrisava kati changani tatas tattavodhanam. She is asking this question that what type of bhakti will help me to attain you? Saying, what is the nature of that bhakti yoga? Then you just spoke to me, which will help me to attain you, just like an arrow, Bhagavat Vana. When you shoot an arrow, you want to hit the target, right? So that's what he's saying. He's saying that the yoga spoken by you is reaching the Supreme Lord directly, like an arrow. It hits the target. Okay? How many parts of it have? Means, is that just like one type of bhakti? If there are any divisions of bhakti, please that also you tell me, because I need to know. I need to follow the proper path, whereby one gets comprehension of the reality. If you speak to me, what are the divisions? And what type of bhakti that is actually directly going to hit you with the target? If I know, then what will happen? I want to comprehend, I want to understand this. Please tell me. Do you think her question is very beautiful? Very meaningful question, right? Prabhupada is saying in purport. Another word in this verse, Bhagavad Bana, is very significant. Bana means arrow. The Bhakti Yoga system is just like an arrow, aiming up to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Bhakti Yoga system never urges one towards the impersonal Brahman effulgence or to the point of Paramatma realization. This vana or arrow is so sharp and swift that it goes directly to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, penetrating the regions of impersonal Brahman and localized Paramatma. That means this Bhakti Yoga process, which we will discuss soon, will, when undertaken, the sadhaka will lose its attraction for Brahman realization or Paramatma realization. That is called Bhagavad Gita. So he continues. Tat etan me vijani yathaham mandati hare sukham buddhyaye gurvodham jasa anugraha yosha also bhavat yosha bhavat anugraha graha. तो एकदम में विजानी, I want to know. Please explain this to me, so that I shall easily understand this difficult yoga. By your favor, Bhavat Anugraha means by your mercy I will understand it very easily. So when Mother Devaki, she asked this question, then Kapil Muni, he started to describe Sankhya philosophy and also extensive course of Bhakti Yoga. So in next chapter you will see he is going to speak about Sankhya. Sankhya means how different components of this material creation were created, started, and even what the function of the mind, chitta, what the presiding deities, how they, all the senses, how they were born from Sattva, Raj, Tamashka, Ahankar, ego. So all these things in great detail we are going to discuss in next chapter, in 26. Then in 27, again he is going to talk about extensively bhakti, because this is the goal. She wants to know both. So we are not going to discuss about this Sankhya, because you know already. Right? We have already read the second canto. In second canto, this creation started to be realized, and I think we don't have to discuss that. We will be discussing about this bhakti quite extensively. Starting with text number 32, where Uttama Bhakti or Nirguna Bhakti description begins. And then she will ask, tell me what are the different divisions of this bhakti. Then also Sadhana Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti, all these divisions also Kapila very elaborately described in this chapter. So we will continue from text number 32 because it's a new thing starting. Our Advaita Prabhu had given instruction that I should stop by 2 o'clock. Now it's 3 minutes remaining, right? If I continue, it will not be possible to finish in 3 minutes this verse. We need to do more time. So we will take a break now and then prasadam. So you remember what you should do while taking prasadam? At least today you should follow. Otherwise there is no meaning of coming to the Katha. And listening then not following. Okay, we can go